Good day, my friends. Welcome to Living Flow Yoga. I am Natalie. And today's sequence is really about grounding and rooting. At the same time, being compassionate to yourself. So we are going to do a dynamic balance flow. So guaranteed there's going to be times you are off balance. And this is where the pitta energy can kind of start to rise up, the kind of aggression, the not so soft speech to yourself, the frustration. So recognizing that, and then we're going to balance it out. Always an opportunity to bring your hands down to the ground to help for balance. Okay? And you're still working balance if you have extra limbs on the ground. So I want you to kind of recognize those kind of violent voices or judgmental voices or critical voices as we go through this flow, and really feed in a loving breath, a compassionate breath. The word ahimsa means non-violence, and that is one of the 8 limbs of yoga and Ayurveda. So it's like really treating yourself sweetly. If you need to step out of the pose and rest, if you need to put a hand down, like I mentioned already, put a hand down. So I do recommend 2 blocks for this practice. If you don't have blocks, soup cans work really well. You can get a couple stacks of books. Even 1 block will be helpful. If not, we do our best. We do our best. So we're going to start lying on our backs. Like always, this is your practice. I am just a tour guide. We're going to start one by finding the breath. The hands can rest on the bellies. You're going to let the knees fall towards each other and the feet as wide as the mat. And just tune into the breath. See what it's willing to give you right off the bat. But really important in this first little part of the sequence to really feel the floor beneath you. Because we've got a whole back against the floor. That is definitely going to change. But the shapes aren't going to change so much. Just how we are in the shapes. Okay? So we're going to move towards them upright. But we want the breath to carry us, especially since we're moving dynamically. So just start to trust the inhale and the exhale. It's going to keep you in your body. Then we'll toe heel the feet together. Nice big breath in, arms go overhead, legs go forward. Big stretch. This first round of Namaskar on the floor, we're going to go nice and slow. So both knees will come in. Press the low back into the floor gently. You're going to keep your right knee in, lengthen the left leg out along the floor. If it feels like too much to lengthen it right away, you can keep the knee bent and just keep the foot on the floor. You can hold the shin or behind the thighs. Let the shoulders be relaxed. And because we're doing quite a bit of balance, the ankles are very key. Not only the ankles, the heel, the arches of the foot, the ball of the foot. So kind of just pay attention with a sense of little gratitude for the ankle. It supports all of the weight of your body all day long as you walk, you run, you jump, all the activities you do. So a little love in the ankle. And then you're going to flex the right foot. From here, right hand to the right shin. Press down the left thigh or the left foot, and you're going to open up. Just take a couple breaths, squeezing your right knee towards your right armpit. And as we hold in the shapes, all you do, your work is to come back to the breath, feel the part of the body that's on the ground and how it is aligned. Maybe you can kind of bring it back a little bit later. We'll take our first twist. The knee comes up to center. Exhale. Ooh, yeah. First one never, for me and my back, never really wants to go that far. I like to rest my right foot onto my inner left thigh, keep my right shoulder down, and just twist from there. Nice and slow. Gonna meet your body where it's at. And I've had back stuff going on. So it's like, I'm not gonna push it. I also know we're gonna repeat some moves. So I've got time to kind of warm up the body. So now you know too, don't need to rush. Inhale, come back to center, getting the leg in all directions. Now we get to do the back of the leg. Once again, you can kind of play with the ankle. The right leg extends up to the sky. I'm going to add a little bit of core work in here to add a little bit of warmth. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, nose to your knee. You can slide the hands up. Maybe that right leg extends a little more and the left leg floats off the floor. You feel the low back press down, the contraction in your core. So this core contraction is important when we go into our standing dynamic balances. It's much more easy to access in this way because you can press the low back and that's part of the core. But we'll find it. Nice deep breath in. See if you can lift a little higher. And then exhale, arms overhead. Right leg comes down, lengthen both legs evenly, deep breath in. Once again, we'll bring both knees in and we'll repeat, rinse and repeat. Left knee stays in, right leg can extend, or once again, you can keep the knee flat. Hang out in the ankle, rotating, figure 8, circles. Feel the toes spread and squeeze. Just get into all of those little muscles, joints, bones. Get the synovial fluid moving down there. Good. And then we'll flex the foot. Just protects the knee at this joint. And it brings this nice long line of activity into the thigh. Press the hip down. Breathe, open up through your heart. Nice, steady breath. And we'll take it into the twist. No expectations. Maybe the left foot just rests onto the right thigh as you start to twist the low back. Keep your left shoulder on the ground this first one. So if the knee doesn't go close to the ground, it's okay. Breathe where you're at. I find the more you kind of accept where the body is in the moment, the more it surprises you and will open up in later moments. Like, whoa, there it is. A little more space. Inhale back to center. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Left leg up to the sky. And it's towards straight. It doesn't have to go all the way straight. We have tighter hamstrings. Let there be a bend in the knee. What you can do is you press the hands into the thigh and resist with the thigh. So the thigh's pressing in. Have a little play up there. Deep breath in and then exhale, nose to knee. Come on up. Maybe your right leg floats a little bit. Find that line of energy. Feel the low back pressing into the floor, pubic bone to the belly button, shoulder, face all soft. One more breath here, and then the legs go down. The arms reach overhead. Now we're going to take that into a flow. If your flow is shorter or slower than mine, take your time. You've got this on video. It's all good. You can come back to it. This is one of my favorite things to do in the morning just to get my body going. Deep breath in, arms reach overhead, legs forward. Exhale, right knee comes in. And as the right knee comes in, you have an option to lift your nose to your knee. Get that first little core contraction. You're going to lower the head and shoulders. Open the right knee to the right side of your mat. Inhale back to center. Exhale, finding a little more depth in the twist. Oh, so good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lift the head and shoulders as you extend the leg, float. Now for a little bit of added core from here, slowly lower the legs together, low belly draws in, and then arms reach overhead. You feel that relaxation. Good. Inhale. Exhale, nose to knee, squeeze. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, back to center. As you stretch the left leg straight, lift the nose to the knee. Maybe the right leg hovers. Slow, lower. Feel the legs squeeze in. Breathe. Inhale. Arms over the head. Legs relax. Exhale. We're going to repeat that just one more time. Reach in both directions. Exhale. Right knee to nose. Hugging in. Open up on the inhale. Exhale, find the twist. Oh, going for depth this time. Inhale back to center as you exhale. Legs straight, nose lifts, or shoulders lift, I should say. Left leg hover, and then slow lower. Oh, good core work. And relax. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, left knee in, last side here. Before we move on, open up on the inhale. Twist it out on the exhale. Bring it back to center. Straighten the leg. Contract. Float. Hover. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, just take a moment. Bring your arms down by your side. Breathe. Good. Now we're going to come up to seated. You can just roll to one side, or if the spine feels good, rock on up. If you have your blocks, have them to the top corners of your mat. So this is where we're going to do a little bit of housekeeping, a little bit of setup before we get into the flow. So the blocks are at top. We're going to roll over our shins. Let's find our first down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now, since we are doing so much dynamic balance in this one, you can walk the dog a little bit, but I invite you, I should say, to find stillness. Feel a sense of the balls of the feet rooting, not only just the big toe, but the pinky toe. And then clawing the hands a little bit, upper arms hugging in. And connect to your breath. Just 5 breaths. Inhale, pull it to plank. Your choice, knees down or up. It's still a powerful pose. Once again, finding the stillness if the knees are up, really finding that wrapping of the inner thighs up to the sky. You're going to hear me repeat that a couple more times. Heart forward, slowly lower to the ground. Good. Now the hands are going to stay in line with the chest. I want you just to start to bend the knees, almost like you're kicking. Right knee bends, left knee bends. Little hamstring curls. And we're going to take this. This is in part of the flow, but I just want to break it down so we can kind of get into it a little easier in the flow. Your right knee is going to bend, left leg goes straight. From here, you're going to roll to your left side, push into your right hand. You're going to open up your right hip. So it's like you're in Janu Shirshasana. Yes, you are off your mat if you're using a mat. It's okay. You don't have to be glued to the 4 corners of your mat. The left leg's extending. Nice deep breath in. Turn towards the left leg and fold. Bow over the front leg. Good. Lift it back up. Deep breath in. Left hand's going to go to the top of the mat. You're just going to come all the way over, back to your belly. We'll do it to the other side. Left knee bends. Push. Open up the left hip. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale, rotate over your right leg. Thank you very much. Just to get a little more stretch in the hamstring before we find our flow. They are getting quite a bit of work today. Good, bring it back up. Exhale, come back to the belly. And then inhale, low cobra or cobra. If you really want an up dog, that's great. But just working the upper arms back. See if you can press all 10 toenails into the floor. Breathe with the chest opening. Good. Toes curl under. Press it back, down dog. Ground for a moment. Inhale, look to the top of your mat. End of your exhale, you're going to step or hop your feet forward. Keep your feet at least hip bone distance apart. Find a nice deep fold. Enjoy that for a moment to let your head relax. Sounds release tension from the body that you don't even know you are holding. Good. Now to come up, instead of arms out wide, I want us to squeeze into the midline. So the knees are going to bend slightly. Low belly draws in. Feel like you're picking something heavy up. So you're pulling the arm bones in. Then you're going to push through the feet, rise. And then that heavy thing, it's like it's got helium balloons attached to each one of your arms. Let the arms float up. Helium balloons to each finger. Let the fingers float up. Find that length. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Exhale, hands will come to the heart. Hopefully we're feeling nice and warm. Our first wave is coming at you. First round, we're going to do nice and slow. Second round, we'll do at pace. And the third round, we'll add some fun bonus stuff. Yeah? So here we go. Deep breath in. Steady gaze on the floor, 6 feet in front of you. It's going to help with your balance. The weight's going to go into the right foot. You're slowly going to bring your left knee up. Squeeze it in. Nice deep breath. Hands will come behind the thigh. Feel free to try to kick your leg out. And look, if you fall, it happens. Come back to your right foot. Slide underneath, steady gaze, low belly draws in. See if you can kick it up. Breathe. Nice deep inhale. Good. Exhale. Try to keep the legs straight. You're going to wrap it around. Left foot comes behind the right. You're going to be on the ball of the left foot. This is Shiva squat. At least that's what I call it. Who knows how many other names it might have. Hands come down. The blocks are there. They're your friends. So you can work this in the inner thighs, which will activate the core. All right, so you squeeze the inner thighs together. You should feel that kind of pull in that low belly. Or you can work it more into a squat, sending the hips back. Guess what? You can do both. Finding the squeeze and finding the shift. And the idea is you're moving into sensations that hold your attention. It's not about good or bad or intense or soft. Right? We want to be able to breathe into the sensation. If after 5 breaths it's sharp or heating, maybe you back off to a different phase. Only you know how you feel in your body. Good. Now we're going to go into a balance. From here, hands stay on the blocks. You're going to walk them forward. Chest goes forward and then start to square the hips to the earth. Reaching your left leg back, warrior 3. We are going to repeat this a couple more times. So just keep your hands on the block this first round. Really start to align the legs. Your left inner thigh presses up to the sky. The right inner thigh presses back hard forward. Okay? And I'm medium, but hey, if I want to get more length, more lift, I can lift up here. So the blocks kind of allow you to kind of find these different shapes. Right foot roots, nice deep inhale. Good, we're going to take this flow nice and slow. Right knee bends, send your hips back. Left toes come down. Arms swing back, open up the chest, and then come up to crescent pose. Always an option to bring the back knee down and work this in a low lunge. Breathe. Just 5 breaths here, finding a nice little pulse. Good. Then the arms are going to continue forward. You're going to reach forward. Left hand comes down. Right arm's going to sweep back and open up into the twist. Left shoulder draws away from the ear. Breathe. Good. Now this is kind of our variation of our vinyasa today. The right hand comes down. Pull the right leg back. Option to keep it floating. So you're in a three-legged dog. Pull the chest forward, chaturanga. Drop the chest to the floor. Right foot comes to the floor. Left foot comes to the floor. Cobra. Bend your right knee. Deep breath in, going to that Janu Shirshasana we started with at the front. You're going to roll over. Right hip opens up. Deep breath in. Exhale. Forward fold. Have your moment. Good. From here, we're playing with Wild Thing. So the left fingertips come to the top of the mat. Toes or fingertips point forward. Right foot presses down. Inhale, lift the arm. You can stay here. Or lift the hips. Big breath in. Open up through the chest. Exhale, flip it to down dog. Still working on the right side, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot steps forward. Right, from here, I want you to reach the left arm forward. Come back into that warrior three, but now we're adding a wee bit of a twist. Right, right thumb to the right hip. Open the chest to the right. Deep breath in. Exhale. Come into the Shiva squat. The left foot comes back. So it's almost like we're repeating what we did at the beginning of the little sequence right there. Ooh. This time, I want your right hand to grab your left wrist. Deep breath in, rise. Lean to the right. Now we have to find our drishti again. Big toe pose. Weight into the right foot. You're going to reach down, see if you can find your right big toe. Lift up. Stretch it out. Core, 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 heart, 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 head, head, head. Otherwise, you can be holding here. Good, nice deep breath in. Exhale. Tadasana. Feel the appreciation of both feet grounding. Compassionate breath. Sweet thoughts. That was one side. Let's do the other one slow together. Weight goes into the left foot. Right, just start with the hands behind the thigh. You know you have your chance to grab the big toe if you'd like at the end. Really lift up through the chest. Maybe the leg goes straight out. 3, 2, 1. Big movement in the hip. Bring it around, ground, hands and right foot. You have a moment to explore, squeezing the thighs together to engage the core, or sinking deep into the squats and the weight back. And then forward. And this will come in later. Yay! Surprises. One more full breath. Align the blocks. You're going into warrior three. Hands on the blocks this first round. Big ol' stretch. Right inner thigh rotates up to the sky. Left thigh presses back. See if you can find that nice long line from the crown of the head to your right big toe. You're going to work on putting weight into the left foot. You'll have an option to lift the hands on the next round. Just be here. So much to be informed. One more full breath. Good. We're going to sweep the arms back to crescent. First, land the right foot. Hands come back. Rotate. Big breath in. Ooh, hang out and pulse. Your choice, knee down or up. After those balance poses, crescent, which is a balance pose, can feel quite grounding, but it's still wobbly, right? Let's be human. We get the wobbles, the shakes. Guarantee you're gonna wobble in life. You're gonna fall. It's how you come back that matters. Hands come down. Left hand's gonna go back, open into the twist. See if you can get the left and right arm at 9 and 6. 9 and 6. No, that would be 12 and 6. Breathe. Good. The hand sweeps down. Left foot sweeps back. Three-legged dog. Now this is, you bring the foot down and do this work. Otherwise, pull it forward, bend the elbows, chest goes down. Left foot goes down. Turn the right toes over. We have our cobra. Bhujangasana. Left knee bends, rolling to the right. Left hip opens up all the way. Sit up super tall. Exhale. Fold from deep in the hip. Setting up for the transition. Torso comes up. Set your right hand up. Left foot presses down. Lift the hips. Wild thing. Flip it over. This round we'll just land in the down dog. Next we'll add if you'd like. The left leg's gonna lift, closing our little wave. Step the left foot forward. Right hand reaches for the block. Come into the warrior 3. Press the left thumb into the hip. So you're pressing the hip back to find more space as you twist open. Start to bring your foot behind. Sink a little deeper. Left hand this time is going to grab the right hand. And you're going to reach on up. Lean out to the left side of your mat. This time, steady gaze. Slowly bring your elbow to your inner right knee. See if you can grab the big toe. If you know you want to go straight to the thigh, do so. And extend. Utthita Hasta in Padangusthasana. Extended big toe pose. And then exhale. So nice to bring both feet down and just have a little piece of gratitude. Trust your breath. That was some good work. Now we're going to take it into a flow. So you can choose to stay grounded. Right? If that was like, whew, keep your hands on the ground when you can. If you're like, ooh, okay, I want to get into the core work, want to create a little more fire and heat, then you can kind of keep the hands lifted. You'll see what I mean. I will give you directions. First, connect to your breath with no expectations. Right? You're not looking for perfect balance. Right? We're looking for flow between balance and imbalance. Weight is going to go into your right foot. This time you can hold the back of the thigh or, once again, reaching for the big toe. Lift up through the chest. This time the leg's going to go out to the side, right hand to the hip. Right? So we're taking the B variation of big toe pose. One more full breath. Good. See if you can let the leg go. You'll come into the Shiva squat. Option to keep your left knee and left foot, off the ground. Hands to the heart, or you can choose to bring them to the block, right? Your place to play. Deep breath in, start to extend, warrior 3. Maybe this time airplane arms. Good, bend the right knee, slowly step on back. Look, I'm human. Reach up, crescent pose. Exhale, hands come down. The right arm continues up, feel the twist. Open up. Exhale, right hand down, right leg back. Come into the chaturanga. Lower the right leg, anchor the left, cobra. Bend your right knee, rolling over, open the hip, head drops to the left knee, folds. Now one more little add-on. From here, yes, wild thing. You can go to down dog, or from wild thing, see if you can bend the left knee, get a little bit of push to slowly step your right foot forward. This time, left hand to the block, right arm sweeps into the twisting half moon. Exhale, start to bring the foot behind. Once again, Shiva squats. Slowly opening up to where we began. Big toe pose B. Bring it back to center and lower. Both feet on the ground. Nice deep breath in. Let's take it to the left. Weight into the left foot. Steady gaze. Slowly reach down. See if you can find the big toe. Low belly draws in. Start to extend out and to the side. Bring the leg behind. Option to float or bring the hands down. Push into warrior 3. Airplane arms. Exhale, step it back. Rise, crescents. Hands come down. Left arm continues in that circle. Open up the chest. Bring it back down. Left leg floats back. 3-legged dog, chaturanga. Lift up. Your left knee will bend for the flip. Drop the head to the knee on the right side. Setting up for the wild thing. You can take it to down dog or take your left foot all the way to the top of the mat. Big breath in. Step it forward. Square the hips. Right hand to the block. Left arm twists open. Half moon. Bring it back behind you. The right leg, that is. Squat on down. Come back up. Where we began. Maybe this time reaching for the pinky toe edge and opening up. Both feet come down. Deep breath in. Inhale, arms go up, breath goes up. Exhale. One more time. The only thing that's really going to change is at the top and at the bottom. Right? So we're going to go into big toe pose twist with an option to go deeper towards an arm balance in our Shiva squat. Just so you know, I'll be with you once we get there. You can keep it just as the same as it is. You can back off places. You can marinate in places. So it's the beautiful thing about the home practice is you really start to awaken your inner guide. Trust that. More your breath than my voice. Weight into the right foot. Eyes open, steady gaze. Left knee is going to lift. You're going to reach the right hand to the outside of the left knee and find the twist. First variation, we'll take a different extended variation at the end. Good. Breathe in. Exhale. Left leg comes behind. Hands can come down, or once again, you can play with the float. Create the gauge of intensity. And then warrior 3, third time. Maybe the hands come forward. Step it back. Rise, crescent. Bring it down. Open into the twist. Float the right leg back. Chaturanga into the cobra. It's really nice. Mid-spiral. Over to the left. Ground. Okay. So we anchor ourselves in this nice forward fold before we kind of take the energy up to close the spiral. Good. Hand sets yourself up. Top left corner of the mat. Press the right foot down. Big breath in. Just float. Top of the mat. Start to reach the left hand forward, back into that warrior 3. Press the chest open towards the right. Exhale, Shiva squat. Option here. Get a little deep. Maybe you take the blocks to the right. See if that right knee and the left elbow want to meet. Maybe the hands come down and you start to shift and lift. Okay. Otherwise, you're just kind of playing in the squat. Breathe in the squat. Last little bit here. Ground through the right foot. Come on up. I'm going to offer you a trick for this twist. Step. It's almost like a crooked tree. You're going to step your left heel onto your right thigh. Right, press it in. See if you can lean down and find the pinky toe edge. Lift up. Maybe you're just staying here. Left thumb into the left hip crease. And then start to push. Coming into extended big toe twist. Release. Feels so good to have 2 feet on the ground. Yeah. Breathe. Blessed be. We only got 2 sides. Staying in the flow. Here we go. Weight into the left foot. Hug the right knee in. Reach the left hand to the outside of the right. Start to find that variation of the twist, which might be the exact one you do at the end. Good. The leg's going to go out. Come into the Shiva squats. Root. Warrior 3. Everything's wobbly. That's okay. A little more work, strengthening instability, crescent pose. Exhale, hands come down. Right hand plants, left arm lifts, open up the twist. Come back, three-legged dog. Chaturanga, cobra. Bend your left knee, flip it over. Head to knee on the right side. Collect your energy for the last little phase. No expectations. Flowing balance, right hand roots, left hand plant or left foot plants. Big breath in, float. Square the hips, right arm reaches forward, find the block. Open up. Good, coming into that last squat. Finding maybe the twist, right elbow to the outer left knee. Breathe. Maybe the hands come down. If you are playing with the balance, you're shifting your chest forward. Take your left foot up first, and then maybe the right. Wherever you are, breath of compassion. Last balance, slow rise. No rush. Maybe your right heel presses into the inner front of your left thigh. Reach down. Breathe. And exhale. Steady gaze. 3, 2, 1. So good to land. Both feet down. Walk the feet as wide as the mat. Honor the knees. Just start to come into the squat. You can even grab the blocks to make a throne or settle in. Elbows into the knees. Heart lifts. From here, hands come behind. Feet root down. I just want you to take a moment. That was a lot of dynamic movement. Just ground. Round the spine over the knees. Good work. And we're going to slowly keep that length through the spine. Gently roll all the way back down. The arms come over the head. Big breath in. Exhale, knees will hug in. And we're going to take happy baby. So you can hold the backs of the knees, the ankles, or the big toe or the pinky edge of the feet. Feel the low back press into the floor. And then the feet are going to release. Bring them down right away. Ankles underneath the knees. And you're going to lift up into bridge. To release the arms, you can grab the long edges of the mat and start to walk your arms underneath your chest, right? So shoulder blades together, chest is open. If the hands want to interlace, do the same. If that feels like a struggle, go back to the long sides of the mat. Nice deep breath here. And then exhale, release. Back into happy baby. See if you can feel a little more space. We're going to take it into a rocking happy baby. So as you rock to the left, I want you to stretch. We've got all this space that we've made. Stretch into the left leg. Right leg's going to come in. It's kind of like mimicking that head to knee pose that we've been playing with. And then you're going to bring it back up to center. Go over. And then we're going to take it back to the left. You're going to leave the left leg there. Slide the right leg on top. Deep breath in, right thumb into the right hip crease. And exhale, twist. Long exhale. Good, we'll take it over to the other side. So the right arm is going to come over. It's going to collect the right foot. Pull the right foot back. Roll over. Take it to the right. Right leg gets left. Left leg stacks on top. And twist. And then one more happy baby. 3's the charm today. Come back. See if you can just settle in a little more, just because it's just nice and grounding. Good. Exhale. Feet will come together. Slide the legs out to the front corners of the mat. Arms can open. Let the bones be heavy. Savasana. I will leave you here. Take as long as you would like. Let yourself drop in. Hold on to the sweet breath, the compassionate words as you move through the day. And know that you have the ability to conquer any imbalances in your life by finding a root within yourself. Namaste.